Hello, what we got here? We got another functionality test. You've been around here a little while, you probably already know what's about to happen, but if you don't, well, pretty much I'm just going to give a design overview of the bot, just going to put in the test arena, then do a few test bites, see how the bot performs overall. So, this bot, just like the last few I posted, it's something I've never really done before, something I've thought about in the past, but never done until now, and that is a face spinner. Face spinners, they're not really a thing anymore. They're old classic designs from back in the day that never really caught on, which is pretty obvious why if you've ever seen one fight. But that's besides the point. I try my best to make a competitive face spinner design. I know you can't see me, but just imagine me doing massive air quotes around the word competitive. Because let's be honest, even the most competitive face spinner design probably isn't great, especially compared to any other spinner design, but let's not worry about that. Let's worry about the bot itself. So this is Hypnotize. Just went for a nice black and white color scheme, a real simple color scheme here. Got the spiral design on top, got the sort of spiral design on the face spinner here, of course. You got the face spinner here. We got this thing here is kind of meant to look like a belt. Maybe could have made it look better, but I think it's good enough as it is. Obviously, of course, here we have the teeth right here and up here. Of course, we have this is a four-wheel drive bot. You can see two of the wheels right here, and the other two wheels are right here and right here. And of course we have the slope wedges up front on both sides. We got the long forks. Hopefully that should help with the ability of this bot to fight. So I'm pretty happy with how the bot looks. I think this is just about as good as I could have done with the face spinner design, but obviously I do have some concerns with the bot going forward. Let me just open up the weapons real quick. You don't need to worry about the hinges that much. All you need to worry about is the spinner pretty much. I'm pretty sure this is the right angle, Z90. Is it counter? I don't know. I think a good rule of thumb with this game is that if you think it's going to spin one way, it's probably going to spin the other way. So I just set the counterclockwise, even though I'm pretty sure it should be set to clockwise, but you know, I'll see. If it spins the wrong way, it's easy for me to switch it. But as I was saying before I got sidetracked, my concerns with the bot obviously are the face spinner itself and the teeth getting damaged and hitting the floor. If I wanted it to be competitive, I wanted it to be close to the floor. So, you know, low to the ground so it can get better strikes upwards and downwards. So, again, if the teeth or the spinner itself get damaged like even a little bit, they'll probably hit the floor, which obviously isn't great. Forks themselves, with pretty much that's the deal with all forks. This isn't a problem with just this bot, but forks get damaged really easily. So if I notice in the test arena that they're getting stuck way too easily, then might have to increase the angle of them. But -10 seems to be pretty go-to hinge angles, so it should be fine. These forks are relatively long too, so I don't see them. They're probably going to take some damage, but not a ton of damage. Of course, probably my biggest concern though is the wheel setup itself, with the big wheels at back and the smaller enclosed wheels towards the front. I've done designs like this before, and usually they're quite hard to turn. So, yeah, there's kind of a fine line with turning these kinds of bots, because if you set the turning speed too high, then the back wheels will kind of slip and they won't turn that well. But if you set the turn speed too slow, obviously it won't turn fast at all. So, I'm just going with the gold standard 50-50. If that doesn't work out, again, I'll just change it as I go. I think 50-50 might be too fast, but I'll have to see. Again, I'll have to just kind of go off what I feel like in the test arena. Besides that, I might want to make the spinner stronger or weaker in either force or max speed. I don't, like I said, could change the hinges depending on how things go. But I think that's about good for the overview. Don't think there's really anything else I need to point out. So, try this thing out in the test arena, why don't we? Alright, did I set up the face spinner? Actually, before I find that out, let me take a drive. Okay, this is, it does oversteer a bit. Okay, oversteers a lot. Before I do any spinner action, let me try this. Still isn't great. Okay, what about this? Okay. This feels a bit better. Again, still oversteers, but it's better. Alright, moment of truth. Let's try the spinner. Oh. Oh, wait, did I just get it right first try? That's weird. Wait, hold on, that never happens. I guess I just got the spinner right first try. You know what? We take it. Absolutely, I'll take it. Okay. Doing alright against the cones. Now let me go in on... Okay. Okay, it's getting better purchase than I thought it would, honestly, so... initial thoughts, I'm pleasantly surprised. Maybe not with the driving as much, but... everything else about the bot seems to be alright so far. Okay, I say that, but I'm having trouble driving now. Yeah, it's... Okay, what is causing that? Oh, I bet... Yeah, I bet it's that damage to the front. Okay, well, that's kind of unavoidable. But I want wedges that are close to the ground. That's just gonna happen sometimes. Alright, let me try again. Okay, that was a pretty good bite. Oh. Yeah, and there we go. Yeah, that's a problem I foresaw. What? I didn't... Yeah, the face spinner... It's already gotten damaged. Wait, what got damaged? Is it one of the teeth or the face spinner? I can't tell. I think it's one of the teeth. Yeah, I think it's that one. Okay, yeah, one of the teeth did get damaged. Okay, that was a big hit, but it did get damaged from one major hit, which isn't great, so... Okay, maybe that was just unlucky. Let me go in again. Okay. Let's see if I can actually get past all the tires. Pushing power does seem like it could be better, which I'm surprised about since it does have the relatively big wheels on the back. Okay, can I please get to it? Okay, flip myself over a little bit there, but nailed the self-righting. Oh, that actually reminds me, I didn't even think about testing self-righting until now, so when I get Bulldozer out of here, I'll try to test self-righting. Please get back there. I'm not asking you for much. Okay, thank you. Okay, now I'm stuck. Okay, fine. Oh, I can just test self-righting now. Okay, I don't need Bulldozer to test self-righting. Okay, that's kind of what I was hoping for. The back wheels can't touch the ground when upside down, which is good. It's good to see. So I do probably need to run to a wall, self-right it looks like, or run to another bot, which is fine. Should be able to work with that. Maybe a human driver could work that. I don't know what the AI is gonna do with that. It's probably gonna freak out knowing the AI, but that's a problem for later. Okay, again, the purchase isn't always great, but that's kind of an inevitability with a face spinner, so not really much I can do there. Again, when it does get kind of like a purchase, both teeth kind of hook onto something, it just kind of flips the bot over, or flips my own bot over, which again, not preferable, but it's fine. Again, I wasn't really expecting much less from, or much more from this kind of design, honestly. I say this is a competitive design in quotes, but I mean moderately competitive at most, I'd say. Not super competitive, but again, it's kind of neat. It's kind of a novelty kind of design that's not really a thing anymore. Which is exactly the kind of bots I love making. Sort of like novelty bots that, something that's either like really rare to see in real life, or you kind of used to exist but didn't anymore. I'm gonna try maybe try making like a pneumatic spike style weapon in the future. I don't know if you can make something like that do damage, but I'll try. That's gonna be next, by the way, trust me. Or I'm trying to think of, oh yeah, the stick bug, like an old school style walker, something like that. That's the kind of stuff I like making the most. But I think I'm about all good in the test arena. Oh, that was actually a pretty good hit. As I was saying, I think I'm all good in the test arena, so I'm gonna go throw this in a few fights. Alright, first up for Hypnotize is going to be V-Sync, older classic design of mine. It's kind of weird to think this is one of my older bots at this point, but yeah, time's changing, here we are. So, obviously V-Sync, powerful vertical saw at front, 2 horizontal saws at the back. It's mostly a vertical spinner though, people know it as a vertical spinner. So this test is supposed to be done to see how Hypnotize handles a vertical spinner. I wasn't really sure which one to put it up against, so I was like, I haven't messed around with V-Sync in a while. See how it still does. So let's just go into the arena for Hypnotize's first fight. That sounded a little awkward, but what am I gonna do? All right, so there's Hypnotize. Alright, let's see how the face spinner handles the verticals. Did they just get stuck immediately? Okay, give me a second. Okay, that's not a promising start. But let's try it again. Maybe that was a fluke. Anyway, both bots No way this is consistent. Okay, I'm trying a third time. If this is consistent, I'm just gonna switch to another bot. Okay, both bots charge it in. Okay, there's a little bit of movement. Okay, they're both stuck again. Oh my lord, that is an AI moment right there. Okay, give me a second to choose a better matchup. I probably shouldn't even include this in the video. I'm going to do it anyway because this is so stupid. Okay, alright. Alright, so V-Sync was a bust, so we're going to try Cold Snap Alt instead. I'm going to do the wedgelet configuration because, quite frankly, I want to give Hypnotize the best chance to do something, and I'm not risking another fork on fork battle, or at least for right now. I'm probably not going to do another one of them because I'm, quite frankly, terrified of them getting stuck for the I don't want Hypnotize to get stuck for the 4th time in a row. I want to see an actual battle. Hopefully there will be an actual battle here. I don't care if Cold Snap is using its much worse configuration. Should be an actual fight. So let's do an actual fight. Why don't we? Alright, so this is Hypnotize and Cold Snap. There's Hypnotize after its failed encounter with V-Sync. It's against Cold Snap. Alright, 2 bots charging in, neither really getting advantage so far. Oh, Cold Snap under Hypnotize briefly, but getting off Hypnotize, pushing Cold Snap back into the screws, excuse me. Oh, Hypnotize is a good hit, sending Cold Snap in the air. Another good hit on Cold Snap. Cold Snap upside down, Hypnotize going in. Both bots in the corner. Oh. Both bots kind of pushing against each other. Both getting some decent damage against each other. Oh, Hypnotizing driving back into the saw. Oh, decent hit by Hypnotize on the side of Cold Snap. Hypnotize does seem to have a problem that other bots have when driven by AIs that will just go in and then instead of committing to the hit, it'll just back up. Oh, big hit. Sending Hypnotize upside down. Cold Snap capitalizing, getting some good hits on Hypnotize. Another good hit on Hypnotize's back. Cold Snap now taking control of the fight, but Hypnotize back. Getting a few good hits on Cold Snap. But again, Hypnotize not committing to its hits and getting Cold Snap the chance to flip it over. Oh, this fairly even fight so far. But that last exchange, this seemed to damage Hypnotize. Just drove directly into the wall. One of its forks is sticking up. And it seems like it may have gotten itself stuck against the wall. Cold Snap, it's trying its best. I think it's trying its best to free. It's just kind of rotating in place. Okay, there we go. Hypnotize is free. Oh, good hit by Hypnotize, sending Cold Snap back. But yeah, one of the forks definitely messed up. That fork. Yeah, the forks, something's wrong with the forks right now. Cold Snap should be able to take advantage. It does, getting around to the side. Getting a decent hit. Oh, but it looks like Hypnotize's spinner clipped part of Cold Snap, and now Cold Snap's having trouble driving. Much closer match than I thought it would be. Hypnotize trying to self-right. Like I predicted, the AI is having a lot of trouble self-righting, like it has trouble doing just about anything. But here we go, both bots going in for a hit after Cold Snap got a massive hit on Hypnotize. Well, the bots now just kind of stalemated at this point. Oh, good hit by Hypnotize, sending Cold Snap through the air. Cold Snap out of the arena. If Hypnotize going to pick this up after a big comeback by Hypnotize with 30 seconds left in the fight. I thought for sure it was going to lose, but no, it picked up the win against Cold Snap in that fight. That was a much better, much closer fight than I was expecting. There was some classic AI driving, but I don't mind. That was a pretty good fight. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the performance, and Hypnotize picked up its first win, so let's move on to the next fight. Next up for Hypnotize, I want to see how it handles a big horizontal spinner, so I'm going to put it up against my old rep of Ice Wave, and fun fact is I think this is the first replica bot I ever made, so that's neat, I guess. It's honestly not terrible for being one of my earlier bots. One of my bots I made before I knew that, you know, grouping objects exists. If you've ever used Tinkercad, you're probably laughing at me right now. That took me that long to realize that. I'm embarrassed to admit how long it took me to realize that. But if what I just said means literally nothing to you and you don't care, then yeah, ignore me. We're just gonna do the fight now. It is Hypnotize and it is Ice Wave. Hypnotize is a second proper fight. We don't count the first one. But here it is, its second proper fight against a big horizontal spinner. See how it does against Ice Wave. Alright, both bots going in. Hypnotize getting the better of the first exchange. Popping Ice Wave up in the air again. Popping Ice Wave up in the air. But Ice Wave responding with a good hit. Flipping Hypnotize over. A big hit on the wheel of Hypnotize. Sending Hypnotize into the screws. And like I suspected, Hypnotize does its body, due to being made of several different parts, is taking a lot of damage from a horizontal. But Hypnotize going in for another hit. Ice Wave sending it back. Both bots in the corner. AI is notoriously terrible in the corner. And it is being terrible right now, as I suspected. Some decent hits by both bots, and nothing major. Oh, well, until then, Hypnotize sending Ice Wave through the air and now into the screws. Hypnotize has a lot of ground to make up here because Ice Wave has done a lot of damage to it, but it looks like it's going for it. Oh, but Ice Wave spinner spinning up actually flipped Hypnotize over, and Hypnotize getting hit by the hammer for a while upside down. Very, very unfortunate for it. Now unable to self-right as Ice Wave comes in for another hit, but kind of messes up its follow-up, allowing Hypnotize getting a few more decent hits. But Ice Wave way ahead on damage right now. Hypnotize pushing Ice Wave back, but not really capitalizing on having it pushed back against the corner. Ice Wave pushing back, now underneath Hypnotize. Oh, big hit, sending Hypnotize all the way across the arena and out of the arena. And what goes around comes around. Hypnotize gets UDA'd, and Ice Wave will take the win. And that brings Hypnotize's record to 1-1 so far for its test fights. Well, 1-1 if you consider that first fight a tie, but we don't talk about the first fight. But anyway, I'm probably gonna do one more test fight. I usually do 4, but I kind of already had 4 if you count the first one, which again debatable. But I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna figure out what bot I put up against Hypnotize for the last fight, and I will see you there. Alright, Hypnotize's last match is gonna be another black and white bot. That is going to be Smackin' Seagull. And I'm mostly doing this just because I want to see how Face Spinner handles a really low to the ground flat robot. My guess, not very well. That might shock you to hear, but probably not going to go super well for it. But maybe it'll surprise me. I seriously doubt it'll be able to get a purchase on anything unless it gets around to the back. But again, like I said, it might. Hypnotize could surprise me. It surprised me in the first fight, so very well could surprise me again. So guess I'm gonna see if I'm gonna get surprised or not. Obviously, Hypnotize has the ground clearance advantage, but with it having forks and all. But Smackin' Seagull is very flat, low to the ground. So again, I'm curious to see how Face Spinner does against it, and not great so far. Let's Hypnotize trying to maneuver around Smackin' Seagull, getting a decent push, but a decent hit by Hypnotize there, sending Smackin' Seagull into the air. Oh, but not taking advantage of Smackin' Seagull, gets under the front, pushes it back, getting a decent hit with its hammer. Oh, Hypnotize pushing Smackin' Seagull in the corner, but Smackin' Seagull now around the side of Hypnotize. The both bots have flying through the air, but Hypnotize is better off as Smackin' Seagull ended up upside down, so Hypnotize is able to take advantage. Smackin' Seagull now stuck up on his back. And it looks like Hypnotize might leave it there to get counted out, and it looks like it is. Hypnotize doing a lot better in that fight than I was expecting that it would. Considering Smackin' Seagull is such a low, flat bot, the Face Spinner got better purchase than I was expecting, so maybe not the most high quality robot to test this kind of design against Hypnotize, but I'm certainly impressed with how it did there. The Face Spinner, maybe this design could be refined some more. Obviously, the Forks 2 has some issues, and maybe you can make the Face Spinner have better purchase, but I'm honestly impressed with how much purchase the Face Spinner can get if you get the right angles. So this design maybe doesn't have a ton of potential, but I feel like it does have a little bit of potential. So maybe I'll work on this bot a little bit more. I'll probably just release this version of as is. I'm pretty confident in saying that. I'm feeling pretty alright with how it's performing right now. I think it's in a good enough state where I feel comfortable releasing it. I think it looks good enough visually, performs well enough for me to be confident about releasing it. So by the time you see this video, this bot should already be up on the Battle RC Discord and be up on the Steam Workshop. Wherever you get your bots from, it'll be up either of those places, both of them rather. So wherever you get your bots from, you can get this bot if you'd like. So if I do make improvements for the future, number one, I'd probably change the size of the wheels. I'd probably make the front and back wheels consistent sizes. I'd change the front a little bit. I think I'd make the forks a bit wider. They're a good length, but maybe a little bit wider so they take less damage. Face Spinner, I might change the design of the teeth. I might make the Face Spinner a bit longer. And in terms of the length of the spinner itself, because that's probably maybe that's the wrong term I'm looking for, but it's kind of hard for me to describe what I'm talking about unless I show you. But I think I want the length of the spinner to be a bit bigger to try to help it take less damage. It didn't really have much of a problem with that in its fights, which was nice, but I did see it in the test arena, so I don't know if I got unlucky in the test arena, lucky in the fights, or just somewhere in between. I've been talking for way too long, to be honest. I Probably should have ended this like 2 minutes ago. So I'm just going to end it off now. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed me talking about Battle RC Robot again for like the 10th time. I don't know how many times I've done this or done a video like this, but this is the kind of like the process I go through when making bots like on camera or off camera. But now I just get to talk to myself and post it on the internet, so that's pretty cool. And I hope you think it's pretty cool too. So I'm gonna head out, so see y'all another time.